Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday evening community call. I'm one of your co-hosts this evening, Robin Blank-Mascari, and we get together every Monday night as a community to celebrate, to update, to give you information, to do all kinds of wonderful things. And tonight, I'm like ecstatic about tonight, because this night has been a long time coming and you're in for a major treat tonight. So I'm gonna kind of tease you a little bit and then turn things over to Gregory and several other wonderful people that are going to be with you this evening, because our special treat tonight is to introduce to you the launching of our brand new website. So I'm going to turn things over to my partner and he's going to take it away. Over to you, Gregory.
Oh, thank you, Robin. And just as we were getting ready to launch, my system crashed. So thank you for starting the recording. Thank God it rebooted quickly. And I'm thinking, oh, what a perfect time for this to happen. So technology, you can't live with it. You can't live without it. But good evening, everyone. I am so excited because this is a project that's been in the works for literally a couple of years. And we're going to launch our new Live Younger Success website. And I got to give acknowledgement that this is really the result of the nudging of a very special individual who's now one of the guardian angels of the Live Younger community and LifeWave, Mike Gerard. And Mike, dear friend, he was one of the closest friends I had in this business. And during my cancer journey, he was there with me. And, my time was to stay, his time was to go. So we love and acknowledge Mike, but he was nudging on me. He says, we have so many people that aren't on Facebook. We need a website. And so as I was coming out of my recovery mode, I thought about it. We talked about it. And I actually then went and found a website development crew of no other place in Thailand, right? Coincidentally in Thailand. And I contracted with them to help us build a training website because I don't know how to build websites. Well, it's kind of ironic because, great minds think alike, because at the same time Mike's talking to me, he's talking to his sponsor, Judy Daniel, about the need for a website. And Judy, unbeknownst to me, while I'm contracting with this group over in Thailand to build a website, Judy goes, well, I guess I better figure out how to build a website. And she just took it upon herself, can-do spirit. She just took it upon herself and started building a website. And we all know and love and cherish that website now. It's nitty-gritty basics and 101. So Judy, why don't you just join me here and maybe tell a little bit of your side of the story on how nitty-gritty was born. And, it's so exciting. So I so appreciate all the work you've done.
I'm so glad, and I'm glad you mentioned Mike Gerard. I heard his voice as I was making my way through GoDaddy and trying to learn, how do you even get started building a website? And I would hear Mike, when are we going to get a website? When are we going to get a website? And, that just really cheered me on. Would you like to hear about the evolution of it?
I think so, a little bit, because it's really grown into be quite a compendium of incredibly valuable information. I know everybody on our team loves and cherishes and uses regularly.
I'm so happy. I started the website Nitty Gritty 101, and I wanted it to be as nitty gritty as possible. I didn't know what the end product was going to look like. I didn't have a spreadsheet of, if I tried to think it through from the left brain about how to do this, I would never have started. I just thought I'll just get up the navigation bar, see what happens. It was literally working from the inside to the outside, step by step. I created it for my nitty gritty team. And I have to thank so many people. Nitty gritty has turned out, of course, then I tried nitty gritty basics and I wasn't quite pleased with either, but I learned so much and shuffling things around. So I am ecstatic about this culmination, Gregory. So I want to thank a number of people because I had many cheerleaders. Love it. What are you doing? They would give me suggestions. No, I don't like the navigation bar in that order. I would be talking to distributors who wouldn't understand what I had written in a section. So I'd say, what would you like? What if I do it this way, would it work? And I would refresh, I'd publish, they'd refresh. Yes, that's right. So it was I was just welcoming all the input. So in particular, David Itkow and Lotus Lynn Nip and I were the founders of the Nitty Gritty team, and they cheered me on with this. I would run anything I did by Sunwolf, David Itkow, and he'd give me feedback. I had Zena Locke, who would participate in this, Gail and Barry Gordon, Patty Levesque, Helen Peak. So now I'm into other teams. Helen Peak really offered a lot of advice after she had seen what I had created. I wanted to share it with her. And then Connie Lucas stepped in and offered a number of suggestions. And Kay Lubecki, she was just, can you add this? Could you add this? So it has been truly an organic growth. And now we are lifting it up to everything we've learned, what we like about Nitty Gritty 101 and basics, and what we don't like, what we wish to have been there. And Gregory, you had this master plan, this vision with your years of network marketing of how you saw the final evolution. And I love how we've taken the content from both websites, nothing is lost, shuffled it on over to a WordPress platform, at which point, when Gregory asked me if I'd be up for learning WordPress, I said, Gregory, I'm real happy with poking around with GoDaddy. I don't think I have it in me to take the hours and the weeks to learn how to do it. I just didn't have the passion for it.
Well, Judy, I want to interrupt because I got to say that I was so excited when you shared with me Nitty Gritty. I went, oh my gosh, maybe I don't even need to do this other thing, because I had this big plan. I did all this planning. I hired this web development group and all this stuff. And I put my whole project on hold. I said, Judy comes from an educational background. She's done 20 years of network marketing in the field and corporate side. And before that, she was a teacher. So, and so I just watched the evolution of Nitty Gritty. He says, this is the cat's meow. I can go do something else.
And I was thrilled to be able to offer it to you and Robin and the entire Live Younger team. That was such a gift to me, that it was received and used and loved.
But I think that, Judy, you kind of shared with me, and I think we realized you kind of hit the ceiling, because GoDaddy platform is kind of rudimentary. It doesn't have a lot of design flexibility, and you have stretched it. I think Judy was training the consultants at at GoDaddy. Oh no, it can do that.
I was. Yeah, I may go get a job at GoDaddy.
But it does have some design limitations.
Totally. And I love the look of this new website. It will appeal to business professionals and people who just want to share the pouch a little bit. It's easy to navigate. I just love it, Gregory. Thank you for taking us to the pinnacle. I was just climbing the mountain. Okay.
But the challenge was, Judy says, I think I've had my fill with learning GoDaddy, and you're going to maybe have to find somebody else. And by God's grace, answer to a prayer. Robin and I have a very dear friend I've had for 30 plus years. Robin's known her whole, Gregory lifetime, for the last 20 years almost. And she was available. And I says, what do you think about helping us, convert all of this wonderful content? And she's a LifeWave distributor. Okay. She's using the products. And I says, what do you think about helping us convert the, Nitty Gritty into the WordPress platform and working with the development team, but really transferring the content. The development team set everything up, but it was our job to transfer the content. And Liz Hodges said, yes. So Liz, why don't you jump on with us? I just want to thank you, because I've always enjoyed working with you. And if your camera works, Liz, let's see, maybe do we need to promote you out? Let me see if she's there with us in the participants. There you are.
Here I am.
Oh, hi, Liz.
Hi.
A little bit from the peanut.
I'm at my husband's desktop, so the background picture is kind of wonky.
Well,
We are in Florida, but it's cold down here.
that's so wonderful. And Liz has been involved in network marketing, I think longer than I have, well over 30 years on the field and corporate side. And she's been a consultant to network marketing companies, and she's built websites. And so when we had this discussion, I went, oh my gosh, and so Liz jumped on board, and for the last several months has been working diligently with Judy and I to take the content, the precious content that's been the collective input of so many people, and put it into this new structure and maybe a new format. So, Liz, I can't thank you enough. And so I don't know if you want to share anything, or I'll just go ahead and share the website here pretty quick.
And I just like to add, I can't thank you enough, Liz. I am just, thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. Well, it was a joy and a pleasure to be able to work with and be able to get things in the right place where we needed them, so it flowed easy for somebody that's a novice beginner to be able to look at everything, as well as being able to be what's called a responsive website, which means that it works on your phone. So it doesn't matter what kind of phone device, whether it's Android or Apple, it works on there as well as on the computer.
And
it's
tablets.
Really designed for computer, but.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm just going to, the unveiling.
Drum roll.
Should we do a drum roll?
Live Younger Success website. Drum roll. This is so exciting. This is here, and it's here for you. And it is the result of the collective input of a lot of people over this last year and a half, almost 2 years into nitty gritty. And we faithfully tried to maintain and keep everything. I can't tell you how many extended calls I've had with Liz and with Judy and the three of us to pull this over. And so I hope you like it. I'm going to actually shrink it down just a little bit so I can navigate. But when you get there, you'll see this is the home screen. Welcome to Live Younger Success. If you are new to LifeWave, click the Getting Started tab below. And I do want to point out, and if you didn't see it there, it's up there. And if you didn't see it's there, it's over there. So the intention was to create a website. When you sponsor a new person, you can say, congratulations, welcome to the team. Go to liveyoungersuccess.com and click on Get Started. It's really that easy. So I'm going to just give you a quick guided tour, but I'm going to invite everyone. It's live now. You can go to Live Younger Success. Don't go there now. Watch me. I'll do the tour. After this, you can be a happy clicker and go everywhere you want. And just like the evolution of nitty gritty, we want your feedback. This is our community website. So, at bottom line, we say learn more with a Live Younger Success provides a simple getting started track to run on, grow more, share and teach your team to use Live Younger Success, and duplicate the foundation. So on this website, you're going to find, ways to orient quickly. We're going to talk to people about the Live Younger Success system. We're going to talk about David Schmidt. This is the basic homepage, very, very similar to the homepage at Nitty Gritty. The excitement really starts to say, okay, when you're brand new, you click. If you were brand new, imagine you're going to click here and it's going to take you to, I'm going to click here. Maybe my system's not being so responsive. it's going to take you to a getting started page. And on this getting started page, we're going to welcome people to our Live Younger Success System. And there's a getting started video. And if you're brand new, I'd be saying, Liz, go ahead and check out our training website and click on the getting started button and scroll down. And there's a getting started video there. And I want you to click on that and watch that video, and that'll help lay the foundation. And what happens here is Robin and I are going to orient your new distributors. And many of you saw us do this live about 3 weeks ago for the whole worldwide LifeWave community on LifeWave Connect. We've edited it down slightly, and this is it. This is our new getting started video. So people can click on it, and there it's going to, well, this started,
marketing.
oops, we're going to have to fix that because it started in the middle.
And as Emily said, our subject today is helping new distributors getting started right. And I don't think there's it.
So, and right below that, something you're all familiar with is our quick start checklist, our daily method of operation. And you know what? That's really was the foundation of this video that Robin and I did. So this is all going to be very familiar to you. So with that being said, once someone gets started, what we've done is we've divided everything up. There's product basics, and people can click to learn how they work. There's the X39 tracker, X49 patch info and tracker. And then there's the business basics and how to enroll customers, enrolling distributors, the welcome letters, our weekly Zoom, learning about the comp plan, the importance of staying active, and how to get paid. And one of the most exciting parts to me is the library. It's all right there. David Schmidt product videos, patch placements, Live Younger YouTube, a document library, newsletter archives. We really tried to keep it simple, so there's a simple flow. I'm excited even about this About Us section. I'm looking forward to a number of you joining us on the About Us section, where we talk about the Live Younger Success Team, what our mission and vision is, how we started to come our work back in November 18th when Robin got that famous phone call from Kai Jacobson. And then we're showcasing, Robin and I, other senior presidentials, other presidentials, and someday we look forward to having your picture on there when you're a presidential or a senior presidential in the Live Younger community. So, I'm just so excited about it, Judy, and Liz, and I can't thank you both enough for your assistance. And I know your ongoing support to keeping this going and growing with everyone else. Is there anything you'd like to share with folks here about the website that you're most excited about?
You're speaking to me or to Liz?
Well, yeah, Judy, why don't we start with you? Go ahead.
Well, I like the clear focus. I tried to make the websites accessible for customers and for distributors, and that really complicated things. Here is a single focus on the distributors. And why don't you click on the library and open up the David Schmidt product training videos. I love this, what this WordPress can do and what Liz Hodges was able to do. Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Just look at what she did.
We've got, how many was it? Was it 15 or 17?
I think it was 17, I think.
17 David Schmidt training videos. And, we know as people get in, they're going to want to learn about each of our products. We do have a single product focus in a multi-product company, but, we also want people to recognize how blessed we are to have David Schmidt as our genius founder, inventor, trainer, and CEO. And so we're showcasing all of David Schmidt's areas here. And I know, Liz, you got a couple of favorite sections that maybe you'd like to point out that you've had fun building them all. So God bless you. So.
Oh, yeah. And I love the titles under those videos. Liz, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I still have a little bit of work I'm seeing as we're going through this, but it's note to self to some things I'd like to adjust. But back up to the library. Before you go there, go back to the Getting Started tab. there's one thing I wanted to point out to everyone. As you can see at the top of the page, it has the different sections that are going to be overviewed on that page. You can click on those. Those are all clickable links. So if you wanted to get down to a certain section, you don't have to scroll down. You can just click on it and it will take you right down to that section of the page.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, so it's a real easy navigation. And then one other thing I'd like to point out is keep going, slide it all the way down to the very bottom of the page, Gregory.
Oh, and look at this valuable section here, videos to help you launch their business, making a shift, ABCs of the business, all these wonderful
Nikki
videos.
Kehoho's on there.
Mhm.
From the DSWA. So down at the very bottom, we also have the navigation bar again. Now, if there's a drop down, then what you need to do is take your mouse and use your roller bar, and it will scroll down further so you can select what you're wanting there.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. So the product basics has additional what we call sub pages on it, as well as does the business basics and the library. So if you can see to the right, there's a little caret thing that points down. That means it's a drop down. So
Mhm.
the other thing I wanted to just share with everyone was the document library that we have. So Gregor, if you can go over to the library and click on documents, and on
Oh, I love this.
yeah, I know you do. On this page, you're going to find all the documents are categorized. So if you're looking for articles, they'll be in the article section. If you're wanting to know more about the compensation plan, again, it's a clickable link and it takes you down to the compensation plan section where you have the 3 phases of compensation, 3 steps to director, and then the full commissions and business PDF. So all of these are clickable, and it also gives you a thumbnail of what you're looking at, which is another thing that just makes it so much easier, because you may have recognized something and said, well, darn, what was that? I know kind of what it looks like, but
Is that
yeah.
great? And look
Yeah.
how fast it loads. That's so awesome. Wow.
Yep. So
This
back
is
to you,
great.
Gregory.
I agree. And Gregory, you stayed true to your vision that WordPress would just take it to another level.
Mm.
And you're absolutely right. The layout, everything. Liz, what a good job you've done.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we are
Much
so
appreciated.
excited, looking forward to everybody's collective input and use. The goal is to make a simple duplicatable path for new distributors to go down. So when you enroll somebody, you can pretty much send them the welcome letter. It has the
Which Gregory, show them where the welcome letters are so that they can just make it really simple to copy and paste.
So there's enrolling customers and directions on enrolling customers and enrolling distributors, and right out of nitty gritty, and the welcome letters. So you click here and it's going to open up to the 2 welcome letters that we have on this page. You'll find a distributor welcome letter and the customer welcome letter. And so, what we do is, just as a refresher, if you're new, you just drag down and copy. Don't go to the blue line. You don't need to send them both, but you copy that and then open a new email and send it. So you could then put your new distributor's name, dear Liz, congratulations, blah, 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 and ideally you want to put your new distributor's ID number in there for them, so it's immortalized. You want to give their username and password. And I think it's very valuable for you to know the username and password of all the people you personally sponsor, because sometimes you need to get into their office with them to help do some training and research and sometimes problem solving. And then your name and your contact information so they can reach you. So, so there's the welcome letters right there. And so Um, you know, I love the compensation plan section. We put a lot of time and effort. You know, on this page, you'll find the compensation plan overview, the 3 phases of the comp plan, things you're very familiar with, you've already seen, but it's now very easily accessible here. So, you know, if you want to watch the comp plan videos, you click there and pretty soon that'll take you to the comp plan videos. We have the price and BV chart here for you. We could go on, but we've already used up almost a half hour. So any final comments, Judy or Liz, before we turn it back over to Robin?
Why don't you show them the translation, Gregory?
Oh my gosh, I forgot. As some of you may know, and now you all know, next Tuesday, I'm leaving for Thailand for 6 weeks. And so for my friends in Thailand, I guess they'd probably click on that and this is what they'll see. How about that? So, and don't fret, I will be on many or all of these calls. It's just the mornings here or the evenings there, the evenings there, the mornings here. So I'll still be a familiar face on the calls, but I'll also be working with Kai Jacobson and some other LifeWave and Live Younger community members doing meetings at the corporate headquarters, which are going to be opening for business on Monday, I think the 18th of February. So very exciting. So thank you for pointing that out, Judy.
So flip it back to English.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. And just imagine someday we'll have all these languages. So our Live Younger community everywhere will have the benefits of our training website.
Another bonus for WordPress. And I love how WordPress, it goes so close to the edges with the nitty gritty. It's like this single column with all the space on either side. Yeah, it's just beautiful, Gregory. Well, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gregory, I was just going to say that in my 46, 47 years of network marketing, I've never seen a team that is so pulled together that has such a simple, easy resource to be able to build a business with. And then with having all the Zoom calls and everything that are happening on a weekly basis, it's all here.
And Gregory, along with what Liz said regarding the team working together, I just totally concur with that. And when I was starting to share the nitty gritty with the larger team, like not just my team, but they said, well, you're training your competition. And I said, well, what I love about network marketing is that it's about cooperation, not competition.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're all cousins.
Yes, we are.
Great. Well, Robin, do you want to jump back on and we'll pass the rest of this call back over to you?
Well, not quite. I want, first of all, I want each of you, Gregory, Judy, and Liz, to look at the chat. You are getting accolades and celebration and acknowledgements off the chart from everyone. So I have not been involved in this. This has been, and I do want to honestly tell everyone that, you know, Gregory had paid this guy from Thailand to create this training website. And then when he saw what Judy did, he went, why am I doing this? You know? And so, and Judy, God bless you for leading the way for all of us and being so generous with what you created for your team and having it be available for everybody. So, and Liz, you know, every time I know Liz is on the team, I can give a big exhale because the level of competence that this woman has in so many areas is mind-blowing. So we have got a super star-studded team of support for everyone. And I'm very grateful. This is so wonderful to have this because, you know, you just point to the tools. Well, we have got the amazing tool. And before we jump into the newsletter, Gregory, I don't know if you want to talk about the opportunity people have and, you know, plant a seed about who do you know in Thailand before we jump back into the newsletter.
Well, yeah, I'd be happy to mention that, you know, and by God's grace, over the years, I've built a few company, field organizations with international downlines in places that I didn't know anybody, but I knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody in France. I knew somebody that knew somebody in Hong Kong. And that's just the way it works. So just because you don't know somebody, don't be afraid to mention to anyone you're on your team, hey, by the way, or people, hey, by the way, the company I'm with is just expanding to Thailand. Do you happen to know anybody there? Make a little call, make a little prayer. You never know who somebody might know. And that's just the way it's worked for me over the years. And by God's grace, it's been very productive. So I'm really exciting. Thailand's been on Robin and my bucket list. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to be there actually for 6 weeks. I'm going to be plowing the ground, working with the corporate staff and working with some of our Live Younger team members that are going to be there. And then Robin's coming over on March 17th. Robin's jumping on a plane. She's going to come spend a couple of weeks. And I think during those 2 weeks, might spend a little bit more time on some Thai beaches than I do prior to her getting there. But very excited about going to Thailand. And if you got anybody in Thailand, in the next day or two, I'm going to put up a video. It's going to be Live Younger Thailand. And we recorded a special Thailand introductory video in English and in Thai. And we're going to make that available to all of you very, very soon. We recorded it on Saturday, so probably get it ready for you tomorrow.
Good job. And,
Okay.
I've been listening to Gregory and Kai do their webinars and things, and there is a first mover advantage in a big way. There's nothing like launching a country. And when you have an early position, get out of the way. And, I want to give credit to Victoria Ochoa because she actually has some friends who own a Thai restaurant. Well, most of us live in a place that have Thai restaurants. So if you don't know anyone, there's a good place to start. So that's just a little tip. Okay, honey, you want to bring up the newsletter, please?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay, great.
There it is.
So there it is. Congratulations on the official launch. This is a red letter day, a red letter.
It is.
Yes, so today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. We have Dr. Barbara with us tomorrow night. Several of us are in Dr. Barbara's 4-month cleanse program. The more I get to know her, the better she is. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. So this is a call to bring your guests. It's an introduction to LifeWave and the technology. We focus on X39, time for Q&A and stories at the end. So that's Tuesday. On Thursday, we have our, business chat. And as a leadership team, we come up with the ideas of what we're going to do on that chat. We might want to just stay on the website for a little while. What do you think, honey?
We'll see. We usually have a juicy, every Wednesday, we don't have it published here, but every Wednesday we have our directors and above mastermind call. And we usually get some juicy ideas there for what we want to train on Thursday. So that'll be a surprise for you.
Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have exactly 100 people. Love it. And this Friday on 30 Minutes of Wisdom, she's going to get up really early because she's in Hawaii. And Grace Keahoho, her actually name is Grace Lee now. She's going to be talking about leadership. And I love this title, For the Love of Leadership. How wonderful is that? 5 qualities to look for because we're growing leaders here. That's what we're doing. And should we tell them about our chapter or should we wait on that, honey?
Let's wait on that, but I think it's important to note that Grace Keahoho is the daughter of Nikki Keahoho, who we had on not that long ago. And Grace and Nikki together, along with some really talented other folks, manage the Direct Selling World Alliance, the DSWA.
And Grace has her own gifts. She grew up in direct selling and it's really fun. She has a story when she was a little girl, she would sit a group of teddy bears around a table and pretend she was in a boardroom with her teddy bears. And not that long ago, they were in the corporate office, I believe, of Avon, downtown New York City, up in a high rise, surrounded by the board of directors. And there was Grace leading the meeting. You just never know what that visualization is going to do. So very exciting. So that's Friday. And now we get to do the spin. So for those of you that are new, we love your stories, and we love your stories because it's your stories that inspire other people to share with their friends and loved ones about what we have in these amazing products. And by you sharing your stories, they get inspired to share. And then we are rewarding every week for people that share stories. So we're going to do the big spin. And the spin is for people that have shared your stories on our Vibrant Living Facebook group. We also ask you to share them in our Live Younger Facebook group, where you can share the name of the product. In Vibrant Living, we just share the story without naming the product, but it's fine. And then we do a big spin. So we're going to do a big spin to get who is going to be the winner this week that has added a story, and we give you a network marketing book. So I'm going to put the spin up, and I think everyone can see it. Oh, good. We got the sound tonight. And the winner is dun, dun, dun. Lisa. Lisa Farron has won the book this week. So Lisa, if you're on the call, I need to get your address. I think I have your address, and I will send you a book. Okay, so that is our spin. Back to the newsletter, honey. I love doing that. And our admin team loves it too. And I love giving a shout out for our major admin team. We're doing Facebook Lives. We now have a guide in the Facebook group, so you can find those Facebook Lives. And so continue on, honey. We lost you. You're on mute, sweetheart.
Yeah, we have a number of replays that we wanted to inform you about. Yes.
So you can go to the guides section in the Facebook group. I believe it's guide 26. That has, and we're gonna be moving the guides around. I'm gonna get some help from one of our admins, Angela Shaughnessy. We're gonna get things organized and categorized and give you a table of contents, so it's easy to find, because that new website has kind of set a whole new bar for everything else. So we're just gonna make everything better and better all the time. That's our job. And for those of you that want to see more of Nova, you have replay available till February 12th. So we got a few more days, and you can click there and that'll link you right to the replay. David did a talk on glutathione last week. Glutathione was given away for any distributor that ordered over $200, or a retail or preferred customer, or a retail customer that ordered over 300, and it was on and they got a glutathione. So there's a great talk that David did on LifeWave Connect on glutathione. And I also posted Dr. Steve Haltwanger's article on glutathione, and we might want to put that in the new training website in the articles section, because it's a really good article from I forget the name of the magazine, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
Now we have a place for it.
we have I know, I'm thinking all these things I want to add to the home. So I'm going to get to know, I'm going to get to work with our team really closely on some of those things. And we have our next convention. It's coming up in August, and there is an early bird registration, and it goes until March 1st. So early bird, 149 in person, 49 virtual. So please and the link there will help you get registered for that one. And again, this is the LifeWave Connect Gregory was referring to. It's in the training website. I don't know how much longer we need to keep it on the weekly newsletter, but
yeah, this will be the last week we have it there, because it's now embedded and it's part of the getting started. It's right there. It's step 2 in the getting started section of the new website.
It has a new home. Isn't that nice? And it's so wonderful for us because we have a whole bunch of new people starting right now, and to send them that is a relief, because it just makes it easy. Okay. And until the company has videos available on X49, I know they're working on it and they're scurrying to get them done. We will have them. There will be videos in the InTouch app. They don't have them yet, but we will have them soon. And until then, David did this program for one of our teammates. And so you can, if people want to watch a video on X49, there it is. Okay.
So I think the rest of the, let's see.
No, we gotta,
Good.
well, I do want to talk about the incentive trip. So the people from North America that qualified to go to Cancun have been informed, and not everyone's able to go. And so they're not publishing the final list until they have the final list, and they'll have the final list once they have 100 confirmed people. And I just want to say how proud I am of the Live Younger community, because we are well represented in this group. And so I said to Gregory, we got to qualify for this, because I know a lot of our team is going to be there and I want to be with them. And so we did. So let's see, they allowed 10 executives and above, and we definitely are in there. So we'll be going with everyone who is going to Cancun. But
How
if
fun.
you still may be in the running, so don't, we don't know the final list yet. Okay.
Good.
So I think that completes everything. I do want to mention on the Vistaprint Pro Shop, they were out of the banners and they're now in again. So if you're interested and you're doing shows, or you have, brick and mortar and you want to have some signage, I would order one sooner versus later, because they seem to run out of those. So just know that you can get that there. And I just want to again say how incredibly grateful I am to Judy, Liz, and Gregory for the amazing effort, because they have been on the phone nonstop, especially the last few days, knowing about this launch. This is a really big deal, you guys, and I feel very, very proud to be part of the Live Younger community and all that this amazing team is putting together. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Robin, Judy, Liz, and thank you, Live Younger community, each and every one of you. And, we're here for you. And our goal is to make your life simple and your business successful. So onward and upward. Thanks, everyone.
Goodbye,
Good night.
everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.